Maybe he doesn't want to go live. He is
There
now.
he goes. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody that's out there. Jay's busy turning, so I'll do the intros. Just Dr. Bob and myself and Jane at the moment.
And a rattle. Now, StreamYard's got some updates where he can make you a secondary uh, person in control that can actually mute, unmute, change camera views, all that while he's working.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't change his camera views, I don't think.
I don't know if he's got it turned on or not. It's a part of the new admin package for the person who has the license. They have these StreamYard township halls that the people who designed it do, uh, and I follow them all.
Yeah, they're probably the new company that bought it out is probably adding in their bits and pieces now.
I would think so, but they've sure put a lot of R&D people on it. But they want to see this will be the small end, the public side, it seems, whereas their main program they have is corporate. But this I see as being, if based on their model, as being uh, like a department chair or a team leader or something like that. That is a non-techie can pick up and hold team meetings themselves, and you can do all of its fancy recordings and that. In fact, you can actually separate all the different people's voices and record them separately. So later you can edit it together to do
Oh,
something
yeah.
along with their video.
Drop your tool rest down a little bit, Jay, so you're not working with it tucked up under your armpit. Mm. Mm.
Down all the way already. Looks pretty close to it.
That's as low as it goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got over the years. I've got a hold of a bunch of those not fat. Well, they're factory made in a sense, but the T-bar and curved tool rests that you can lower, and I like them. But they don't have the apron on the front to rest your hand on, so you don't get it caught in the wood or between the wood and the rest.
I've never. I have used curved tool rests. I don't own one. I don't use them.
I've got a couple, and I use them only for deep hollowed bowls where I want to get in closer to have less vibration. You know, a big salad bowl, 20-inch type thing. You just, a straight rest doesn't give you enough length.
I just I'll just make a new straight rest if I need one, so as I
Yeah,
can get in there.
you can do that. I can't. So uh, it was at one of the garage type things that woodworkers have, and they had them there, so I got them. They were cheap. the woman that was selling off her husband's stuff, said, "Oh, they ought to be worth a couple bucks." Yep, give you $2. I wasn't worried about trying to gyp anybody because they were like a three-car high-end family. They didn't need the money, and they just wanted to get rid of it. Better than my best friend when he died. His sister came in as charge of the estate and took everything and threw it in the dumpster.
Yeah, I've seen that happen too.
Yeah.
We we got it out of there all right.
My
She
my
had
auntie
he
and uncle.
had museum stuff that he collected figurines from a serious nationally known, internationally known uh, collector of comic book characters. I don't know what they call it. They got a name for the collectibles, but she
Collectibles?
just they were they were
Action.
insured for 30,000 action figures, $30,000 insurance on them.
Wow.
She just pitched them all in the dumpster
Oh, God.
because he's played with toys, and we don't want to keep his toy doll stuff that he played with. Had no idea.
Some people should be shot.
There's only three of what was called Still Story, the first video disc systems.
Yep.
And I got him one that he wanted, that a TV station was getting rid of because he collected stuff. He was a geek like me, and he liked doing TV work.
Yep.
And that was a collectible because there was only three left in the country. She threw it away. The Smithsonian would have bought it off of him, the big National Museum.
Yep.
But, she had no idea of what he had and didn't bother getting anyone and asked them. And it was, "Oh, Bob, if you want the tools, climb in the dumpster." I did. I pulled chucks
Yes.
out of there and tools and everything I could. The lathe itself, the one junk dealer had already picked it up for scrap iron.
Oh.
Gave her $25.
Daylight robbery, isn't it?
No, she just didn't want it. She didn't need it. The bad part is she's an attorney,
Oh,
but
yeah.
she does corporate work, and she just wanted to empty the house out as quick as possible, and because it was so old, a neighbor wanted to buy the property so they could expand their property and put a nice garage up.
That's pretty much what my auntie and uncles did when my nana passed away and when my grandfather passed away. They clean everything out of the house so they can sell it quick. Everything in the bin.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
I lost a lot of respect for them for doing that, to be honest. And I told them that too.
And they probably didn't care.
No, as long as they got their
Or
money, they didn't.
temporarily did, but you were a kid, and kids don't know anything.
No, I was 18. I knew. I knew they were just being scabs.
18 is still a kid in my book. But when
the
I
one
was
that-
18, I didn't think I was a kid.
Yeah. Yep. Cracked
Yeah, I
that
got it.
good.
I gotta go to the lumber yard and pick up some wood tomorrow. I don't often buy it, but I got a couple of chairs I gotta fix, and I gotta turn 4 rungs and I got a leg to replace, but the leg is a tapered square leg.
Oh, yeah. I hate repairing chairs.
Me,
In fact, I don't
I
do it
just do
anymore.
it.
Now I've got a friend that loves repairing them, so I'll send them down to him.
Yeah. Oh, the tapered legs and the cross. What do you call the cross pieces on the leg?
Stretchers.
Stretchers. Yeah, I've got 5 stretchers to make, and they're simple. They're 1 inch and they taper to 3/4 at each end.
Uh, 2 seconds work with a skew. In fact, it takes longer to put them in and out of the lathe than it does to turn them.
Yeah, definitely. But the problem is these are tall chairs, so for some reason kids want to stand on the rungs, and I'm tempted to just buy hardwood and put hardwood in. Then they can stand on them all they want. Right
Oh,
now, it's just cheap softwood.
even at an inch, it's going to be a bit dicey with if some kids stand on them.
Yeah. I'm worried that that would be the case. But last time I fixed them, I made 2 extra, and they were easy. I just spray painted them and put them in the back of where my tools are. And
Somebody's knocking at the door there, Jay.
I put them in.
Are they?
I thought I heard your computer go.
Oh, it's just a notification from YouTube.
Oh, yeah. What, that you're live?
No, it doesn't tell me that all the time. No, it's a guy called his channel's called Dean's Woodworking.
Oh, yeah.
So did you get your wood made of rock turned?
Oh, I'm on the last one now.
What you were saying in the back of your head, shut up, you bastard. What do you remind me of him for?
Oh, no. It's all right. They've got to be done, so. You get stuff like that occasionally?
Yep. I might just is there anything I can do to prolong the bearing in this that's dying, or what?
Sorry?
Is there anything I can do to prolong the bearing in this? Because
No.
when it dies, I'm not fixing it. You can sit there and I'll wait till my next lathe comes.
Well, the bearings are only about $10 for them. They're not that expensive. And they're reasonably easy to get off. In fact, as I've said to you before, I'm surprised that they've lasted this long with the amount of work that lathe's done.
Could you use a standard bearing puller for them? He could rent or borrow from
Most of the
a
time
grease monkey.
No, most of the time they're just a sliding fit. A hammer and a bit of wood will normally get them off.
He ought to make the wood punch sometime and stick it aside. Figure the size of the diameter of it, and then make one that size and just put it in the shop just when he needs it. Because otherwise, he won't be able to turn it to knock him out, unless he's doing it with a pipe or something.
Yeah. No, they're easy to replace in those. The biggest problem generally is getting the bloody pulley off.
That sounds like fun already. Not.
No. It's still relatively easy.
You could do a video on it, kid.
That's one thing I will not be doing a video on.
Why not?
He'd have to. He'd have to.
Slave
He'd have.
maintenance.
He'd have to mute it.
Yeah,
There'll be a
the
lot of
whole
swearing.
recording.
There's a lot of swearing going on in my head thinking about it, let alone doing it.
Have you ever changed bearings in anything? They're not that hard to do if you can get the punch the right size. Last summer, I put new bearings in my air compressor. I did a complete overhaul. I got a kit, and I was surprised. The compressor is 56 years old. Found a supplier that had all the pieces because they still make them that size. The
Yep.
bearings, and they happen to have all the gaskets. So I did bearings and gaskets.
Oh, if you pull something apart, you've always got to replace the gaskets.
Yeah, and that's what I've been told. I've This is the first time I've done that big a job. It's like I know how to change a car. I know where oil goes. Uh, I've changed headlights, antifreeze, stuff like that. Hoses I've learned to do, but I'm not a mechanic.
Oh, I've done all that, Bob, but that's what I used to do for a living.
Yep, on the big
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
big enough to need a chain hoist to take a bearing out.
Yeah, we did a 500-ton truck once that we needed the biggest forklift they could get to get the bearings off. A wheel bearing on a front wheel.
Ah, because I've seen some of those big mining stuff on TV, videos, stuff like that. And as a little kid that was like 14, my grandfather and his brother decided to visit their old homestead, and I was told I could go along, and I did. And as I was 16, I had a learner's permit to drive, so I did the driving except in big cities. Had the two of them criticizing me all the way, or coming to an intersection and saying, "Do we go right or do we go left or straight ahead?" And I'd say, "I have no idea. You're driving and you haven't memorized the map to where we're going?" They were pulling my leg, but I didn't realize it at the time. It took a while. But they have a big mine that uh, a good friend of theirs, lodge member, was the general foreman of, and we went, and they had the big trucks, and they had a big drag line, monstrous thing, electric. That surprised me. It drug around an electric cord, big cable, and they were doing mining. And I
Oh,
had
no.
a chance to go in the cab of a truck for about 6 hours, uh, way up there, like 2 stories high, it seemed. And then in the cab of the dragline when they had a shift change, because another one of their friends was the operator, and he said, "I don't mind. He can sit in the jump seat." And you're looking straight down because the floor is glass or plastic, and everything around you, you can see everything except behind you. And what got me is didn't have treads. The big dragline walked, had pontoons that were a concentric shaft, and it would kind of lift itself up and
Yeah.
move a little ahead. And steering was having one of them run and one way and one the other, so you could actually move different.
Yeah.
It was
Good day, Robert. How are you? And
interesting.
Harry.
Well,
Hang on, Robert.
Harry's the real mind behind it. How you doing? I still say, Robert, that Harry is a real great idea for your site. Everybody remembers you and Harry.
Nobody remembers Robert. They remember Harry.
Yeah,
Does Harry would Harry like a female Australian lover? Since Skippy,
ooh. Trying to hook Harry up, are you, Jay?
hey,
Trying to hook Harry up with a koala?
nah, kangaroo. I think it'd be more his style.
No,
Yeah.
platypus. Platypus would be more Harry's style.
Yeah.
A
Now that could be
visitor from
interesting.
down under. Oh,
Uh,
what a storyline you could get going.
uh, uh, could you imagine a platypus with buck teeth?
Yeah.
Don't suppose we're allowed to say buck teeth anymore in this politically correct world.
I don't know why not. It's just slang, but
He doesn't discriminate. At least that's good.
No, that's right.
That's good to hear.
Does does that mean he's a bit loose with his morals? Does it, Robert?
yeah. Isn't it depressing that Harry gets more comments about your site than you do? People remember Harry more. The humor in it is fantastic. That means you're playing second fiddle or second chair, depending upon what era of cartoons and commentary that you had in your life.
Yes.
Same, only difference. Second chair or second fiddle.
Now, what are you making this time, Joe?
In the theme of things, come on.
Oh, a bottle, a whiskey bottle. Robert, why don't you join us? Put a link up there for you if you want.
He's probably busy editing.
He just put it up, he said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
No, it's all right.
I thought I'd make a rattle. You see, just make the handle in that one piece, and that can be one, and then hollow it out from in there.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, just leave me alone. Bloody hell!
You're letting creativity flow.
After being on here for a while, Robert, you learned to. Now, what's he getting at? Time? I must be trying to type. Right. You get used to decoding the messages with some people.
Yeah. You know, I was just thinking, Robo, my dad had throughout his run in the Navy, Canadian Navy in World War II, he always used to have his, as he referenced it, a sea chest. But really, it was a box that he could put in his duffel. But that was a private item that you could, there was a, in the Canadian Navy, in the bunk area, they had a privately locked cabinet that you could put your stuff in, shaver, diary, stuff like that, that was, you didn't want to have borrowed, loaned, or stolen. Uh, and they used to call that a wooden box in there, their sea chest. And after he passed away, uh, we were looking, my brother and I, at his sea chest, which he had kept everywhere he'd ever gone. And he had baby rattles that with, and had pictures of my brother and I when we were babies having rattles made by our grandfather. And they had pumpkin seeds in them, is what he had told us some time ago, but we hadn't seen them since we were really little, like 8, 9 years old. Uh, he was showing us all the stuff in his sea chest, and I'd forgotten about them. Pictures of all over the world, pictures of our mother before they got married, and memories from him in the military and afterwards. But the handmade baby rattles now have gone to grandkids and now have been passed on a couple weeks ago to great grandkids, which makes me feel great old. But that's been a keepsake. Two blue and one pink that he made himself for my mother, for my sister when she was born.
Oh no, it's good as some things can be handed down. I
Uh,
see. We're
it,
going to make it. We're going to make a two-handed rattle.
uh,
Yes, I don't bloody know, all right?
as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and having good tool practice,
Do you,
then that's all that matters.
do you see the title today anyway?
Uh,
Sorry, Joe, I couldn't
no,
resist.
I don't.
Did you make sure you had your pills and stuff, Robbo, with your very delicate lunch that you had today?
Yeah.
Huh? Did you take them, or am I just reminding you of it now?
Sorry.
Did you take it, or am I just reminding you of it now?
No, I took it.
you know, it's odd you bring up the word pills. One of the biggest problems I have is pill bottles that are round, and that's they've always been round. If they drop, they roll, and they roll under furniture, and they are sometimes hard to get lids off of, and especially if you're trying to pick them up out of a cabinet, you can't always see. Well, I just got pills in a perfect bottle today. They're square. The bottle is perfectly square.
My my pet
And you
hate
can
my
put them next to each other, and there's no dead space.
my pet hate with round pill bottles is trying to get the bloody tablet out of the bottom of them
Yeah.
without tipping them out.
Well, I take Unfortunately, let's see. Yeah, let me look at my pill case here. I have 19 I take a day.
Jesus, I thought I was bad with 8. But believe it or not, up till 12 months ago, I only ever took one tablet, and that was for osteoporosis in my knee. So, and they're just painkillers. That's all. But, but nearly this time last year, in fact, it's another. Well, it's about 6 weeks away. I ended up in hospital to have a stent put in, and that, boy, did the pills start coming then.
Well, treating Agent Orange for the different skin conditions, the pills vary between summer and winter. So, and it's not just a single pill, it's two or three. They got to toughen the skin up, and there's a salve for that in the winter.
Cat of nine tails generally does that.
uh, I can be playing with Riley, and just his claw, as he's playing with me, can scratch and cause me to bleed just through the skin, just rubbing it.
Yeah,
The skin is very thin.
I've got a thick skin, fortunately. But no, as you age, your skin gets thinner anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Everything
I've
gets
had,
thinner. Your hair
yeah,
gets thinner.
yeah, it's just as I joke, I'm just falling apart from old age, just like an old car, but there's no replacement parts available that I can sure afford. And some parts aren't replaceable.
Now you're going to have fun hollowing that out through a thin handle there, Joe.
Oh no, when I realised on this side that I'd gone too small for the chuck, I just thought, bugger it, I'll just make it a double-handed captured ring thingamabob.
Why not?
Hey?
A
Why not?
double-handed captured ring rolling pin.
For rolling out biscuits one at a time.
Yeah. It's tool practice. I should check the weather for tomorrow, weather or mail, and see.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit disappointed that your swap meet had been called off. I was going to flick over and have a look.
Well, we've got a function the club does, and it was set up that they were going to make a decision today based on tomorrow's weather, whether it was on or off.
Well, it's been called off. It's been called off.
Yep, it has. I just got it in the mail here. Well, I opened it up.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm a bit disappointed. I was going to flick across and have a look.
So is my
Uh,
plane ticket refundable now?
you wouldn't get here in time anyway.
Was that
But
joke?
there was some of us that were going to bring our phones and broadcast to you live so you could be part of it.
It was a joke, Joyce.
No, we weren't going to leave you out. We were going to stream it to you live.
Ah, well, c'est la vie.
Livy, I got my tripod that'll hold a cell phone bracket, so and a big battery pack that would let it stream for 2 hours. And then people could come and check in and talk and say hi, and we could walk around and show to people. In fact, we were joking with a couple people that, well, we'll just make it and put a camera strap on it and fasten it to our chest and walk around so you could see it and then talk to people. And we had a
Like
bunch of crazy ideas come up the last couple of days.
like a body cam.
Yeah.
And you got a question there from Robert. Robert? God, sounds like a pair of rabbits. Robert. Or some frogs,
Ah,
maybe. Robert.
The three Roberts. I'm out of
well,
it.
I
I'm
was
gone.
going, now it's canceled. I'm going to have to get a hold of Cindy to attend because I've never missed one. But when it come to our first club meeting in a year and a half, I was going to go to it. So I'll have to give her a buzz in the morning and take care of it or confirm it to her tonight because she's still up. She doesn't sleep, and with the time difference.
What's your temperature over there at the moment, Jay?
20 on the dot.
Jeez. Wish it was that here. It's absolutely freezing there at the moment.
Yeah, we actually got a little bit of sunshine today.
Yeah, we're down at 15 with showers.
Yeah, you can go and join Dr. Bob. Thanks, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still haven't got those two centre things perfectly round yet.
Whatever. Baby's not going to notice. What? Baby's not going to care? What you mean these little bits here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix that. You watch this.
No, that won't fix it either.
Yeah. What is that?
Hey?
Who is that?
Who is what?
Oh, I can hear a noise every now and then in my speakers, like someone's talking.
No,
There it is again.
nothing here.
I got someone at the other end of the house that's 3 rooms away talking.
Oh, that's it. It must be that person 3 blocks away. Turn your microphone down.
No, I'm here all by myself. Wife left me. Unless you're hearing the voices in the head.
Oh. They're not that different. Rob, I wouldn't really worry about turning your music down too much. They took out a whole minute and 49 seconds. So that's all they took out was a minute and 49 seconds. It's not, it's like out of 2.5 hours. Like, whoop-de-doo. So if you need your music on, you can put it on. I don't really care.
No, it's all right.
Am I too loud with my sanding? Do I need to mute it?
No, but what it does do is it clips that sound, but it muffles your voice as well.
Yes! Finally! Something to muffle me. Woohoo! But then I still have to listen to it. It doesn't work very well if I still have to listen to it.
Well, that's right.
Not sounding very good anymore.
Sorry?
I'll have a listen. That noise is getting worse, but that noise actually sounds like it's coming from down here.
Well, it could be the tailstock bearing too in the live centre.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, it could be that.
It could be just wishful hoping on my behalf, but
No, just switch it off a minute, Joe. Have you got a screwdriver?
Yeah.
Right. Put the blade end of the screwdriver not on the bearing, but where it attaches, and then put the other end in your ear, like the handle in your ear, and see if you can pick up the noise. All right. Stand it straight up and down. No, stand it so you've got pressure. No, onto the quill itself.
Oh, yeah.
No, not there. The quill.
Idiot.
No, the quill. The quill. There. Right. Now, start it up and put it in your ear and check the noise there. And then go up to the headstock and do the same.
Yeah. Sounds a bit more meatier down here.
Right. Well, the tails. G'day, Chris. Yeah, sounds like the tail center's gone. They're relatively cheap to replace. Don't even bother trying to put a bearing in it.
Oh. Just buy another one of these.
Yeah.
How you going, Chris? That makes me feel a little bit better if it's only a tailstock.
Yeah, well, if you ring up Graham at Woodworking Solutions, get one of theirs.
Yep.
They're far better quality than what the Carpetech ones are.
Hopefully they're better quality than their handles.
Sorry?
I said hopefully they're better quality than what their handles were, because every tool I bought from there, the handles ended up splitting on me.
Ah. Well, that's because you're rough. Ah, that's not good. That's not good, Chris.
What's UTI? Yeah, hope she's going all right there, Chris. But what's UTI? Sorry for my ignorance, but
Urinary tract infection. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say because I didn't quite know. I was going to say normally you can treat that at home, but if they had to put her into hospital, it must have gone further than what they thought. Yes, it's it's very uncomfortable.
Did you watch the rest of my live yesterday, Robbo?
Yeah, basically, yep.
Wasn't too bad for a first attempt. The only thing I didn't like was when I took the top off the gold. I can see where I've missed all the bits of wood that I've missed.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it turned out well.
No. Yes. Just got to clean the bottom up. Clean it up a little bit there and get rid of that. And I'm glad I didn't go too low, because it's normally me that would forget that there's screws holding it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, whatever,
Well,
man.
Well, that's what green felt was invented for. Green felt or brown felt.
Yes.
Every bowl from 30 or 40 years ago always had green felt on the bottom to hide all the screw holes from the face plates.
Yeah, that's good. I got some felt too.
Because we didn't really have chucks.
Yep. I'll tell you what, I reckon the nights you have a good sleep, I have a shit sleep.
Sorry?
The nights you have a good sleep, I have a shit sleep.
Oh, well. You've been down to Kingston, have you, with a big lobster on your shirt?
No, it's just a t-shirt from Kmart. It's American place.
Oh, yeah.
No, I travel through the department stores. They've always got different, like they've had Detroit t-shirts with Detroit stuff on them, and I've got another one that's got New Orleans on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm afraid my wife, well, not afraid, but she shops. She doesn't care what's on them as long as the price is right.
Yeah.
Because it ends up in the workshop eventually in my place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not do that, but yes, I know where you're coming from.
And whenever I get dressed up to go out, as soon as I get to people's place, oh, Robbo, could you come and have a look at this for us, please?
So just wear your woodworking clothes wherever you go.
Basically, that's exactly what I wear my work clothes wherever I go, unless it's somewhere special like a wedding or something like that. Well, that's different.
Then you just keep your woodworking clothes in the car, right?
No, I'll just tell them no, I'm not leaving a look.
So Amber and her sisters get together once a month, and a couple of nieces and stuff like that, and just a ladies thing, you know. And they organised to have it at it's a pretty popular park here. It's called Carisbrook Park, and it's decent size, you know. They have events there and stuff like that, and I go to drop her off there today, and there's an event going on there. It's like, it's big enough park for her and her sisters to go and sit somewhere and not have to pay to go to this, because it's a paid entry. So well, so next time they're going to make sure they do a little bit of research to where they're going to go to have their little get together. So did you have a good little family reunion yesterday, Robbo?
Yeah, no, it's good to catch up with my brother and his wife and Maya and this and that. I haven't seen them for 18 months or so.
Yep.
All lies and bullshit, of course, but anyway. No, my sister-in-law is very interested in craft stuff and that, this and that, and she wanted to see how the veranda posts were turned and this and that.
Did you give her a tool?
Yeah, she had a go.
Yeah.
It's just harder than you think, isn't it? And I said, yeah. I said, if it was easy, everybody would do it. I didn't let her loose on the veranda post. I put something else in the smaller lathe for her. So
I'm trying to picture her with one of your giant tools on your 40-foot lathe, that's all.
no.
Throw in the deep end.
Well, I had a woman working for me that used to be able to. She did a lot of work on veranda posts and stuff for me.
Yep.
Very good turner, actually. Women make better turners than what men do.
Oh, yeah. Rub
No,
it in.
fair dinkum.
I know, you've always said that, I know.
Mm.
Fair bloody dinkum me.
I have no idea what that even means. All I know is it's a typical slang from down under.
Why? What was it? Fair dinkum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting term, fair dinkum. It can mean really true. It can be a statement. And just depending on the context it's used in.
Fair dinkum butter.
No, forget the brother bit.
Not gonna
Mate.
whirly, brother. Mate. That's thrashed out too much now. Too many of the foreigners are using it. Mm.
Yeah, it can also be a question. Interesting little couple of words, actually, fair dinkum.
No, fair dinkum, mate. It really happened.
Yeah, that's right. Or if somebody's bullshitting you, say, yeah, fair dinkum,
Okay.
with raised eyebrows, you know.
Righty, Vegemite. So, I've noticed, right, that a lot of the companies that make an abrasive paste or pastes, period, started out with metal tins and then went to plastic tins. Is that to save themselves some money? Is that the only reason you think?
No, because the wax reacts, the turpentine and the other thinners that they use in the wax reacts with a metal tin.
Yes.
Well,
Bad.
lucky I don't have turpentine in mine then, huh?
And turns them black.
Okay.
Yep. I still have Yorkshire grit in the first. When it first come out, I ordered 2 cans of it, and it came in a can, and I liked it, except that after a while it started turning black.
Yeah.
The cloth I was using. So, but I did find it did marvelous on metal for putting polish on metals. So,
Yeah, but you got to be careful. Like a lot of pen turners, and there's that nasty word pen. But a lot of pen turners use the abrasive paste on pens and wonder why they get black lines down it, because they hit the metal bushings.
Yep.
yes.
And it spreads it out into the timber. So it's generally recommended not to use abrasive paste on pens.
Yes.
I was thinking about buying some metal tins to put mine in. That's all, but because they don't have
No,
any turpentine in it.
no, put them in plastic.
Yeah. Darn it! I like the looks of these metal tins. They look like old rectangle Dr. Pat ones.
Oh yeah.
But that paste is perfect for polishing metal.
Oh yeah.
I've used
Yeah.
it. It's excellent for metal.
Well, originally it was used on metal. It was never used on wood anyway.
Ah, didn't know that because I've always used the uh, what do you call it? The green bar and the white and the different wax.
Yeah. Well, metal polishers always used triple E and rotten stone and all of that.
Right.
And but abrasive paste has been around since time immemorial. All the stonemasons used to use a marble dust mixed with water to polish marble, and
Yes.
that goes back 3,000 odd years. So abrasive paste is nothing new.
Magenta or purple?
Sorry,
Magenta or purple?
half and half. Make one side one and the other the other,
Oh.
just to be different. Or you could put purple down each side and then magenta in the middle, or
Yep. A wood goop box. What's that?
make a wooden box to put it in.
Make a wooden box to put you in.
No, I'm not going in a wooden box. I'm going to be fried.
So you'll get to sit up one more time, eh?
That's about it. They can
Oh,
just
yeah.
shovel me in, you know.
Yep.
I want the cheapest bloody thing. If they can fit me in a cardboard box, that's even better.
Yeah, they do those.
I know they make cardboard coffins these days.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to be shrink wrap, but
Shrink wrapped. Why don't
yeah,
you might as well get mummified and then you'll last for 1,000 years.
yeah, Julie could prop me up in the corner.
No. Put you in a lathe museum.
Cover me in wax and sit me near a lathe like Madame Tussauds, you know.
That's it, yeah.
Well, now that you put wax on it, you won't be able to put any colour at all on it.
Why not? Why not just sit on the top?
No, actually, Robert, we're just sort of going through this at the moment. We're having our wills and everything made up, and you can donate your body to science, but they only use parts of it, and then I don't know what happens to it. But something I've got to investigate.
I can tell you some of what happens to it. If your legs are good enough and they like to play cricket with your legs, your bat's the leg, your legs are the bat.
I've heard stupid stuff, but that takes the cake.
Do you know what?
No, but wait,
one of my uncles-
wait, Jay, wait. If
Right.
you're well endowed, you could be used as the stumps.
My uncle used to work in a restricted area in the hospital, right, where not every man and their dog got to go. He's a Sparky. So he was fitting hospitals out with optic fiber and stuff like that, and yeah, he got to see some things that I'm pretty sure he wishes he didn't see. That's for sure. They used the leg as the bat and a head as the ball.
I think they'd get very severely reprimanded if they got caught doing that.
Oh yeah, but I suppose they get bored, and that's their only tools, you know.
Yeah, well, they got nobody to talk to down in the morgue, that's for sure.
Plenty of them to play games though.
Yeah. But no, I'm not quite sure how that works actually, Robert, out here in Australia anyway. I know that we can donate organs, any that are any good to anybody.
There's a guy in I think he's in China. He slices bodies up. He slices them up so thin that you can almost see right through that slice. I can't remember what the guy's called. You'd most probably know him if I said his name, but I think he was originally in Germany or something like that, and he got kicked out because the stuff he was doing was so sick.
Well, they do that so they can get microscopic slides to see the formation of diseases and things through body parts.
Yeah.
But no, if any parts of them are any good yet, anybody's welcome to them.
Amen.
But I don't, according to my doctor, there's not going to be much left that's going to be any good to anybody. As soon as I go in for something, they find something else wrong.
Falling apart.
Geez, bloody resin gets into everything these days.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is that guy I was talking about. Man, I'll tell you what. Some pretty full-on shots there. I'll put it in the private chat.
I'll have to have a look now.
Yeah. Someone with some coins obviously picked up his research because he was kicked out of countries for doing what he does.
Yeah, but that's the way the first doctors worked out how to fix things. So
Yeah, I know.
we'll try that.
Yep. Dr. Bob's evident of that.
Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, Dr. Bob's evidence of that.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, our veterans hospital, it's a teaching hospital, and a lot of them are, and they're tied to major university medical schools. And a lot of the people that we get there, they need to be able to have practice, but they've always got uh, the attending is what it's known, the attending physician. But they just dropped the word physician, so the attending is there, and the that's the one that is the expert that makes sure that the student does it all right, asks the right questions,
Yep.
and I don't mind because they can ask a lot of they can ask a lot of questions of me, and I can be perfectly honest, and you know,
Yep.
and I'm so used to it, it doesn't bother me. It's something to do during the day. I hate to say it, but it is. And when I was in the hospital, they'd walk around with the heart specialist team, and there'd be uh, two attending, it'd be one attending and two students. But these students already have MDs, they're medical doctors, but they're specializing in heart. So, that's even more important. And how often can you get, in essence, two MDs and a college medical professor to take care of you?
Yep.
And sometimes I just have some fun. I'll ask the attending if I know who it is. And this time I knew two of them that were treating me because they came in with their student load or students on the rounds. And I simply asked them, should I be nice to them or should I be a crotchety old man? And the two students looked at each other and back at their professor that was there. And the professor said, why don't you try being the crotchety old man? And everyone was just staring and not knowing whether to take the professor, the attending, seriously or not. And I said, well, Jiminy Cricket, you better get over here and see if I'm going to die before midnight, you young whippersnappers. And the students, I mean, they're in their late 20s, mid to late 20s, and they just stood there with their mouth open. And it took about, maybe 15 seconds before they realized it was all a joke. And I couldn't hold the laughter back. I couldn't hold the grin back. I was trying to cover it up. And the doc that I know, he just, no, I think they're not ready for that quite yet.
Well,
and the nurse was laughing. She was covering her face behind them laughing so she wouldn't laugh out loud. But, hospitals are depressing, and I hate to be in a hospital that's depressing.
Well, I was in hospital for 3 months, and the doctor teed it up with me. He was bringing a few new interns through, and he said, I want you to play the most obstreperous old mongrel bastard you could ever be. And I said, okay. Geez, I gave him a hard time. Then I apologised to them the next day, but we teed it up without them even knowing about it.
That didn't come out too bad. The purple at least. So that first pink that I did was actually diluted with metho. So now I'm going to try it over the top without the diluted metho because it looks better without it diluted.
That'd be a good idea.
Oh, God. Just got to put your 2 bobs worth in.
No, inflation, man. My 50 cents worth it is these days.
Ah, okay. All right.
So 5 bobs worth.
Messy stuff for that, I'll tell you. Cannot touch that stuff without getting on my bloody hands like a little kid.
Well, you should have put your proctologist gloves on.
Yeah. It's not too bad, but
Well, finally, I got registered for Cindy's class tomorrow. Why don't you? AAW membership is not cell phone friendly because you got to keep scrolling up, down, and side to side because it's targeted. It just needs fixing. The auto format for just system isn't working well
You're getting a bit glitchy there.
between cell phone sizes and it.
yeah, your videos getting a bit glitchy there, Dr. Bob.
Wow, that's odd.
Don't turn the internet off.
Let me see.
Yeah, tell the kids they should be in bed, not playing games.
Yeah, but on Friday nights, no school. No one cares as long as they're not noisy.
G'day, Neil. If you go up to chat a little bit. Oh, no. Maybe it's not.
I'll put it in there. It's all right.
Oh, yeah.
How you going, Neil? You finally coming here on a day where Robbo's in here. He either just misses you. Comes in before or after, you know.
Yeah.
Look at that, Neil. You're present when I made a ring and I made it round. Mm.
Wrap the tape the other way.
Really?
Yes, really.
I thought I was doing it.
Unless you're going to bring the other end up over the top of it. Put it underneath, put your end on, and then wind and just go ahead and do it. No, no, you look like you're still going to put it on the wrong way. The end should be facing away from you. That's going to make it face towards you now.
Oh, I had it the right way the first time. Bloody hell. Don't start now that Neil's coming in.
Got to have something new for each new visitor.
And I hate to say it, it probably won't stick on the thingo.
No, it won't. It'll tear it off.
Mm.
That's pretty cool, hey? All right, then it's done. See you later. Thanks for coming in.
Now, have you got any insulation tape?
No.
Oh.
No, I've got cloth tape.
Yeah, what you can do with that is wrap it round so that it sticks back onto itself and pull it tight. That's the joy with plastic insulation tape. You can stretch it out a bit. Where is he? The link's there for you, Neil.
What can I say? He's an Apple user.
Yeah, well.
There's no windows, so he can't see. You see. So
No,
nothing.
what I meant, Jay, was get the tape and wrap a complete thing right round it and pull it tight and stick it down on top of itself so that it's holding the ring and the tape itself is just holding over the top of everything. It's not actually sticking itself to the red or anything. There he is.
Wow,
I'm
you made it.
finally in. Geez, that was an effort. I had to log into StreamYard on my computer
Oh,
Your sound's terrible, Neil.
to get the email, then go back to the phone and use it there to get in.
No, we
Oh,
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
because they give you a 6-digit code.
What's going on? Oh my God. Hang on, I'm trying.
That's better.
Fucking stupid fucking thing.
Ah.
Oh. What? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. You're very
Yep.
soft.
It's on full volume. That's all I can do.
Right,
Yeah.
that's better. Yeah.
Yeah, the only
I'd
trouble is
say-
you can't see me. But on the other hand, you don't need to see me, do you? So,
No, I know what you look like.
yeah. So I'll turn the camera off, and that way, well, it's hard for me to see the picture if I'm turning on my
So-
side. But anyway,
Would it be fair to say no one really wants to see you anyway?
that's exactly right.
I'm long enough away to
So
I'm
what do you
far
make
enough
anyway?
away to say that.
Did you see
What the hell is that you make?
Shavings?
1 handle, 2 handle.
What's it, a skipping rope thing or something?
Yeah, just for you, Neil.
No, he doesn't know what it is.
I have no idea what it is.
No, he doesn't either. Jay doesn't either.
It's a
How can you-
creative piece of art.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, listen to Dr. Bob, he knows.
I take it you've seen that Phillip Island's been completely cancelled now.
Yeah. I put a note on it this morning saying it's such a shame, but Q-Turn's still
Yeah, I
on.
know. Don't worry, I'll be there.
When's Phillip Island supposed to be on? I thought that was September, October.
Well, it is September, yeah.
And they've cancelled it already. Bloody hell. Okay.
No, they're not doing any more. Full stop.
Full stop. Yeah.
Well, that's not very nice of them. Not very sporting
Sure,
of them, is it?
why don't they just hand it over to somebody else to organise?
Well, possibly there is nobody else. I thought Jack might have done it though.
Can't be that hard to organise, surely.
Oh well. Oh, it's a big exercise, that's for sure.
No, and Dave's seen a thing through whether I'd do it, you know.
Oh, God.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. That's what I
Look at
laugh.
him.
Nah, they are a huge effort, that's for sure.
No, you're breaking up again, Neil.
No.
I think it's just because you haven't got a headset.
seems I
Neil,
gotta-
if
I gotta-
anything.
Yeah, that's probably right. Like I'm using the phone, I can't use the computer either.
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
going to talk at one end.
Yeah.
That's probably better where I am now. I just can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I can just see you.
Oh, what? He can still see us.
But yeah, no, I got
Oh.
no headphones, no nothing.
Didn't work, Robbo.
Yeah, I can just see this pink thing and a blue thing and some sort of tape in between. Is it? Stuff
A blue thing. Jeez. You're making up colours
Is
now.
it purple? Is it purple or blue?
It's purple. We've got the blue lathe next to
oh,
it.
okay. Okay, yep.
So you mean something like that,
So are
Robbo?
they
But
skipping rope handles or good question?
No.
Don't know.
just make it so a baby can hold it and they can do whatever they bloody well want with it.
Hit their brother or sister.
Yeah. All right, thanks for coming in, Robert. Take it easy, and see you later, Harry.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Oh, that's it. I'll just get in, you're gone. That'd be right.
No,
No,
Robert
stay in here.
Hodgepodge Woodworks. His theme for his woodworking is a beaver.
All right.
And his name's Harry. So if you don't say goodbye to Harry as well, he gets upset.
Yeah, you have to treat the puka like a real object.
So we were just saying, should we send him over a female kangaroo for his? Come on. You have to go and watch a couple of his videos to get it, really, I suppose.
Neil, you're breaking up again.
How can I break up? I'm not even talking.
No, you were a couple of seconds ago.
Okay. I'll turn the mic off.
And there you go again. Like all we're getting is a ring.
All you're getting is a ring. I can hear him.
Yeah. I know.
I've gone on mute, so you shouldn't be able to hear anything.
No, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. But before, when you went to talk, it just went.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going back on mute. Let me guess, that's a captive ring there, is it?
Yep.
No, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. A rattle's got to have something
You're
in it.
obsessed with them.
Hey? Don't tell everyone, right? Keep it to yourself. Oh, Pustana Malaka!
How the hell did you
What are
do
you saying,
that?
Pusty?
He's swearing in Greek.
Hey, Pusty Malaka, what are you on about?
Yeah, so you broke up. All I got was Malacca out of that, Neil.
Pusty Malaka.
Yeah, because I put a mark in the wood.
I'll leave you to it. I'll go on mute again.
Okay.
So I just made it the same now. See?
Well, put a V groove in where you've taken the die off and put 2 black rings in it.
Yeah, don't touch that bit, eh?
I think this baby that's using this rattle is going to be a weightlifter.
Sorry, what was that, Neil?
He said he
I
thinks
think
this
the baby that uses this rattle will have to be a weightlifter.
That could be a toddler. It'll be changing tyres by the time it's 2, so...
Anyway,
I'm sure
I got to get back to other stuff.
All right, then.
I'll leave it to you. I just want to see what you were doing.
All right.
Catch you guys.
See you,
Right.
Neil.
See you
Bye.
later. Get an abusive phone call from him later, won't you?
Yeah.
All your reports on me, on you, done they, on me?
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No, I can't hear what you're saying.
I said he does a report on me every day, doesn't he?
No.
Whew. Right. It's starting to get bloody warm here now.
Sorry.
I said it's starting to get really warm here now.
Well, let's see. It's midnight here, or 12 after, and it's 50 degrees. With a low UV index, of course, there's no sun out.
Yeah.
These auto weather reports, I just don't get. They can't tell AM or PM or when the sun's up or not. Except it does show we have a waning moon. I guess that would be a low UV index under the moon.
Oh, he's reading something. He's got his glasses on.
Yeah, no, I'm doing some work as well.
Yeah, I got stuff I had to get done. They finally found, they think they found who stole my car
Oh,
back in October from a storage yard. I didn't know it was stolen, and the yard manager didn't report any of them. But there was evidently a dozen stolen through the back fence. I just had to verify and send them a copy of the title.
Yep.
And I've had that all digitized. It was a matter of finding where I put it. And, it's one of those never never things you say, well, I'm going to take the time to organize my hard drives. Never happens. Though I did get today $100 gift card, and it was from an anonymous recipient of one of your urns. And that's all it said. And the postmark was uh, Boise, Idaho. And I don't know where they go. Our veterans of foreign wars is the one I hand them off to, and they take care of handing them around when they're wanted. But I didn't expect that because I don't want people to know who made them. Not because I'm ashamed of them, but it's a gift. What's a gift of what your loved one's last remains, either
Oh, it's nice.
permanently or interim.
It's nice to be recognised sometimes.
Yes, yes. When it comes this way and they have to work to figure out where it come from. And it's easy to do because the post I'm active in is the note with a thank you card, and they can hit the minutes of the meetings and find out who I am that way. So there is a way, but it just takes someone that can do some research because the membership for the post is not online for the average John Doe because that's a lot of private information where you served, someone you might have served under, awards and medals and all that happy stuff. It is public here, but it's really hard to get to, and you have to know where and how to get to it through the government. But committees you served on and dates of service until you're dead, that's not public information. But it does happen, and it's usually when it goes to another VFW, that's Veteran of Foreign Wars post. And then that post can look up in my post and figure where it comes from. But I could sure use that $100. That's might well, that'll almost. I've been saving them. I wanted to get a swing away adapter for my tailstock because on this Powermatic it is a heavy sucker. Well, that's good, but I can't. I have trouble lifting it. I can do it, but of course it's just with my knees. I can't lift it the bad way
Yeah.
like I used to. Bend over and pick it up.
What's going on?
Oh, I
Doctor
was. Yeah, go
Bob
ahead.
was just talking about he's saving up to get a tailstock swinging way thing for his lathe.
Oh yeah.
He said, it annoys you when you can't find what you want because another trade calls it a different name.
Yeah.
Yes. Or the tradesmen have nicknames that sometimes
Well,
make no sense.
sometimes the manufacturers also just call it something else as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Well,
Didn't
I
start
wouldn't call it.
bad.
I wouldn't call it a baby rattle, Jay. I would say it would be a tranquility enhancer for I won't say the elderly because that's inappropriate.
A quiet rattle. The only rattle a kid should ever own, a quiet one.
Yeah. Oh, well, you could give it to an old folk type person, and that's what, instead of a bell that they pick up and ring for you, they could use that.
Now, don't take this the wrong way, but you could give it to somebody with Parkinson's disease, and they'd shake it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And they would hear from it, and it might be, I don't know, soothing.
I'll just rest it up against my back when I'm sleeping, and it'll get shaken the whole night.
That'll keep you awake then.
It'll be like having Amber in the bed, you mean?
And that's no offence to anybody that's got Parkinson's. I have 3 friends that have got Parkinson's disease, so, and they're the worst. They're the worst people in the world for telling jokes about things.
Well, it's perfectly all right to tell a joke about infliction
Good night,
that
Chris.
you have, but sometimes, unless you're on the in group, inside of a group of people that have the same, then it seems to always be out of place or rude, like you're poking fun at them. But internally, I can call myself an old fart all I want.
Yeah, me too. Not
Well,
you,
you
I mean,
are one.
I can call myself one.
Yeah,
But it's
you
rude
are.
for me to say.
I mean, but
No,
right.
I don't give a bugger if you say it.
It's because you're a friend and you're accepted by the group of old farts.
That's right. It's all right
That's
for
the
you
hard
young.
part.
It's
As
all right
a
for you young
person.
bucks.
Yeah.
It's all right for you young bucks.
Yeah, could be, but it might not be too, you know.
Yeah. All right, you're going to call it a day, AJ?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's already tomorrow here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least I'm at the same day as you guys by 22 minutes.
Oh, quick, Robbo, let's go. He's
Yeah.
following us.
He's stalking us.
Yes. Stalker knows. Well, we'll catch you. I got a dog whining, and he keeps wandering out here and wondering why I'm not in bed, because he has to sleep next to me, but he won't get in the bed until I'm in it.
Yeah.
Because he knows you won't get in it.
Yeah, it's a bed hog. That's what he is. He just wants to sleep with his head on my ankle, and I don't know why, but that's the way he likes it until he's sound asleep, and then he ends up curling up in a ball.
He likes bony pillows.
I don't know. I mean, he's looking out the door. You know, maybe he's guarding me from people going up and down the hallway. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's been that way for 4 years. And then he just finds a spot to curl up at the foot of the bed. And he's jealous of a blanket. He has one, and I throw it over him, and he does all he can do to keep it on himself, which is funny. It's just a small old one. In the winter, yeah, he probably uses it.
Oh,
Oh, well. Animals
All right.
seem to pick up stuff from their owners.
true.
Yes. All right. See you later, everyone. Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
See you later, Bob. See you, Chris. See you, anybody that's off